Welcome everybody. It's Cause a Slime, and we're back with a new series. Pretty old, but a new video start generally for the channel. We're going with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Classic. Good old classic right here. If you hear anything that sounds like a constant blowing sound in the background, that is my laptop. I don't know why it's going full blown. It's just angry today. I don't know why. I already cleaned it and everything. It's just, the fan is just going today. But other than that, let's hop right into the first episode. The first turnabout. How's everybody's days been? Hope everybody's been good. Hope it's been good. Oof. There's already blood dripping off on the top of the screen. What happened here? Somebody used that as a weapon? Oh, yeah, they definitely used that as a weapon. Oh, boy. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Pop it, pop it. Ooh, you hear that music? You gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. The Phoenix Wright music always has some good music right there. I ain't gonna lie. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hi, Chief. Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Told him I'm guilty. Why would I want to tell you that you're guilty, dude? Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong with you, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspaper says it was you. Now let's find out what happened here. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. Larry Butts. What a perfect name for anybody. Like, you gotta really sit there and be like, hey, Butts, come here, Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. See? In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I could say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. but I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do today. Well, going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Quiet in the court. Court is now in session for the trial of Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thanks. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Concisely. My bad, people. My bad. I ain't the best at reading. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Ooh, this is a hard one. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name. Ooh, I actually do not know that one. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who was the victim in this case? Cinderblock. Cindy Stone. I ain't gonna check it. It's Cindy Stone. Ain't nobody gonna be named Cinderblock. This ain't no Teen Titan villain. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. Because, I mean, that was kind of in the beginning of the whole cutscene. For us, we know. For him, nah. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Statue. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. You know, I don't know why I gave Mr. Payne a whole accent or a little voice for no reason. I'm giving everybody more, like the most normal one. I'll stick to normal for now. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use to check the court record frequently. Alright, let's get this thing started. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. I mean, no, that man twitching. Never mind. That man twitching already. Mr. Butts, is it true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyways? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. What I wouldn't do to have one myself, you feel me? You feel me? Anyways, she took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We could clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, wince. Yeah, he got caught. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dogs? Bro, shut your mouth. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? At least he ain't saying nothing crazy. I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. Stop him from answering. Ooh. I mean, if he answers honestly, then he'll give an answer. But if we stop him from talking, he might just still do it from the way he's talking right now. So, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. I should have gave that man that voice. He was definitely screaming. He definitely got that high-pitched voice. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who could prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim building. Please bring Mr. Feng Shawit to the stand. Ugh, look at him. Mr. Shawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Alright, now we're getting into this for real. Witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone at her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Something sounds a little sketchy right there. Because time of death was 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. So, how exactly would it be that it was 1 p.m.? That's a weird thing to remember. I didn't read that, sorry. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? See, the judge is calling it out right now. Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your pursuer. Per usual? I don't know that word. Per usual. Perusal? Perusal. Blackout record. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 1 p.m. on the day of the crime. See. He's saying some things that's not making any sense. Because if it was a blackout from 12 o'clock to 6, how did he know it was 1? If she died between 4 to 5, how did he know the time? Question. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. We're getting serious now. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between a court record and a witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Trust me, I already noticed the contradictions. He said a lot of specific stuff that didn't make any sense. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he might be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her laying there, a woman, not moving, dead. Let's ask you a question about that. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I crowed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly at 1 p.m. And this is why we're going to ask the question. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Exactly why it's important to let him know so it doesn't add up. Right around here. Let's talk. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Cue the music. Hey, your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Ooh. Oh, that? Oh, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mrs. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Ray. Way to put him on the spot. Because he's a liar. He's a fibber. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Now he's sweating. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Now, let's see what he makes up now. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Stop. Stop. Ooh, you look, I can't prevent it yet. I'm about to say, ooh, you liar. You're already lying. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. You lie. You liar. You're lying already off the bat. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. I know exactly what to get your ass at, boy. Mrs. Sawit, you liar. When I found the body, I heard the time. No, you did not. And it doesn't make any sense. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. Really? So explain this. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or video. Yeah. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mrs. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait. I remember now, Mrs. Sawit. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you see, rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of hiding the body. Very well, Mrs. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony one more, please. Man, that man's sweating bricks. He know for a fact he ain't hear nothing. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been... see right there. Right there. He said something very interesting. Y'all caught it, right? He said that he saw what weapon was used. How do you see a weapon that was used if you never walked in from the door? You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yeah, because now he messed it up. He said something that's very, very damning right there. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Boom. How did you know that? The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. So, now we ask. Is this what you saw? Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Yeah, play that music. This is the part. Oh, this is the part, boy. You, with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor? If I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Of course. How does he know if he had to tilt it? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. Nah, he knew the victim. Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mr. Solid. Frank. I'm always frank. Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Sawit does not appear anywhere. Oh. Ooh. That's Jacob Buster. Try to refrain from making off-the-cuff accusations in the future. Yes, Your Honor. Let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. My bad. I made a mistake on that one. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. Easy. I'll do better than that. I could prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was a sound you heard. Hey. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, I love this music, bro. Mrs. Zawad, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless. Just look at the witness's face. He's about to explode right now. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day. I never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I mean I saw. Oh shit. I hate you. Oh god. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should have gave him I love the way they be breaking down, bro. That man threw his whole fucking toupee away. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor. A moment, please. There wasn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is writing on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawat heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock here. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce a time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawat heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawat, try to talk your way out of this one. Nah, he done. He about to... Oh, okay. I have played this version of Phoenix Wright only up to a certain point, and I love the breakdowns. Like, they crack like this, and then after that, they just full blown. Just it all depends on the kid. I love the way they express it. The whole court system is just so crazy. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, I do have a point about proving this one. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Think straight, Phoenix. Think straight. Come on, man. You got this. You're right there. It seems like you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the victim. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawat. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. It ain't over yet. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Objection. Not so fast, Mr. Sawat. There's one crucial thing that he's looking over. Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody could prove that. Well, yes. But it doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Yeah, right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I do. Because she just came back from Paris. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There was a piece of evidence in the court record that could prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Boop, boop. The passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. I would not have known that at all. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? That man started foaming at the mouth. He could have handled it. He could have handled it no more. It's over. You're done. You're done. Order. Order, I say. Well, my fan is just going off, bro. Oh my god. This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find a true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Woo! We did it, my boy. Good. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Feng Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and struck her dead. Yep. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew. I still can't believe he won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was, nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Man's name ain't even Harry. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Yo, he became so stern real fast. Like, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you wanna just cry? Sob. Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Yeah, she kept the statue. Check this, Larry. Proof positive. You weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. And we're reaching the end of the chapter. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never know. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Maya. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Alright. That was my first entry into the Phoenix Wright series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want me to keep doing more, like I say, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll actually say it now. Subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I will definitely make more. I'm actually enjoying doing the Phoenix Wright series. It's just full of drama, like straight up drama. I don't want to make these super long episodes, but it might be super long episodes. So depending on what I want to do, depending on if it's like really long, I will try to like, cut content, try to skip to like the main parts and stuff like that. Other than that, this is Cause a Slime. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, the voicing, anything of the sort. I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.